Welcome to another season of W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Here on our first show of the new school year, we'll speak with women's soccer coach Neil Cunningham, women's cross-country captain Annelise Madison, and men's soccer captain Al Organ. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington in the athletics. The men's and women's cross-country teams both claimed first place at the Generals Invitational, with Casey McIntosh winning the women's race. Football opened up the season with a 14-13 victory over Franklin and Marshall, while volleyball went 2-2 in the W&L Invitational, beating Meredith and Southern Virginia, but falling to nationally ranked Otterbein and Christopher Newport. Field hockey dropped a 5-2 road decision to York, while men's soccer opened up its home schedule with a 1-1 draw against Catholic. And women's soccer split a pair of matches at the Mary Washington Classic, falling 2-0 to Rowan before rebounding to defeat the host Eagles 2-1. I'm joined now by the head coach of the women's soccer team, Neil Cunningham. Neil, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Washington and Lee is 3-1 on the season. What have you learned about your team so far?
That they're very tough. They work hard, and we've got a good mixture of young players and veterans, and they've gelled a lot quicker than I thought they were. So we're in good shape. We had a good weekend, played really well, played two really good teams, so I feel good moving forward.
You have a number of proven goal scorers and playmakers returning to the roster this season. Do you view the attack and midfield as strengths of your team?
I think definitely that's the way it probably will look, especially with having a young backline. But I think Rossi, Rush, and Beasley and Ward are doing a great job so far, and I think they'll continue to improve and push us forward. Our midfield has been good this weekend as well, and I think we'll be. If Crush can find a form a little bit and get some goals now, I think we'll really start to push ahead in the ODAC.
As you alluded to, you do have some younger players, some first years and sophomores seeing time in the back third. What needs to happen for W&L to have a good year on the defensive end?
I'm not happy with the number of goals we're conceding right now. 4 in 4 games is not typically our style, so we need to tighten up a little bit. We have changed some players and some personnel back there, and we are very young, so we're either three out of the 4 freshmen at the back or 2 out of 4 on a good day, but either way, it's a lot, and we need to tighten up and stop conceding silly goals.
The ODAC promises to be as tough as ever this season. Lynchburg is ranked 4th in the country. Virginia Wesleyan was in the preseason poll. Teams like Bridgewater, Roanoke, and Shenandoah have proven to be tough outs in the past few years. What are your expectations for conference play?
We expect to win it, but it's going to be really tough. It doesn't get easier. With like you said, Virginia Wesleyan and Lynchburg are always nationally ranked and powerhouses in Division III soccer. And Bridgewater, Roanoke, like you said, are always up there. Randolph-Macon can never be overlooked. Shenandoah, we saw last year, surprised everybody. So it's always a tough league, and we just want to ensure that we hit that end of the season, that we're healthy and we're on a good winning streak, and then hopefully we can take the title.
Neil, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck this season.
Thanks, appreciate it.
With me now is Annelise Madison, senior cross-country captain from Roca, Nebraska. Annelise, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
W&L's had 2 good showings so far. You finished 2nd at the ODAC preview meet behind a non-conference opponent, Christopher Newport, and then you won the Generals Invitational this past weekend. How pleased have you been with the start to the new season?
It's been a great start to the season. As you said, Christopher Newport is the only team that's beaten us so far, and I definitely think that we can have a shot at them again at the Christopher Newport meet and then also at regionals. And so I'm very pleased with the start of the season. I think it's a sign of good things to come, and especially this being more of a transitional year, I think we're off to a great start.
You had 3 first years place at the home invite this past weekend. What has enabled these young runners to have an impact right off the bat?
Well, first of all, I think it goes to show their dedication to their training this summer. They put in the time and the miles to get to this point, and they've really bought into the program. They've bought into our goals and the team rules, the team expectations, certainly all the expectations that the captains have set out for them, and also the coaches. So they're doing a great job so far, and we're definitely looking to them to contribute to our conference team and also our regionals team. So I think we can go far with their contributions.
You described this as a transitional year for W&L cross country. With that in mind, how much more important is your role as captain?
I'm fortunate to have 2 other great co-captains, Katie Dreest and Brandy Huffman, and we were working together along with our head coach, who was last year's assistant coach, Coach Capito, and the new track coach, who is our cross-country assistant coach, Dana Freeman. And together we have the same vision for the team. We've met several times. We have the same goals for the team. And definitely every time there's a coaching change, it's a challenge, but it's something that this team is already overcoming, and it's, I mean, we're very unified going forward, and we're looking to have a great season this year.
What kind of expectations do you have for the Generals this fall?
Well, for this year, we're looking to be ODAC champions again, as we were last year, and that's not a given. We have to work towards that, but it's definitely one of our goals this year. And then looking forward, last year it was our closest finish at going to nationals that this team has ever had. We were only 19 points from going to nationals, which isn't much in cross country. So we're looking to get in the top 2 at the regional meet and qualify for nationals as a team, which would be the first time that the women's cross country team has done that. So it's something that we're very excited about. As I said, the freshmen, the upperclassmen, the coaches, we're all on board with that goal, and it motivates us in practice, it motivates us at all of our meets, and that's our goal for this year.
Annelise, thanks for joining us here. We wish you the best of luck throughout the season.
Thanks, Jeremy.
I'm joined now by Al Organ, junior soccer captain from St. Paul, Minnesota. Al, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
4 overtime contests for the Generals in 4 matches this season. You've given up just 2 goals so far. What have you been pleased with watching Annelise play, and what did the Generals need to improve upon as the year goes along?
Well, our defense has been really great. We got our junior goalie, Albert Civitrice, in goal, and then we got a pretty young back line. 2 freshmen have been starting each game, but with only 2 goals against, we've been doing pretty great in the back. Going forward, we're really hoping to put some more goals away. Even though we've only let 2 goals in, we've only scored 3. So that's been quite an issue for us. I'm pretty good at getting the ball up, but we're not great at getting players forward. So we can get the ball up into the corners, but we'll put crosses in, and nobody's really there to put it away. So hopefully in the next few games we put more than 1 goal away and try not to go into overtime.
How has your role on the field changed in 2013?
Well, past 2 years I played center back, so that's mostly a defensive role. This year I'm actually playing center mid, which is what I played mostly through high school. So I'm getting forward a lot more, taking shots, helping the game go forward, playing it out wide, kind of just moving a lot more, covering a lot more ground, so a lot more running involved.
The ODAC tends to be an extremely competitive league from top to bottom. How do you prepare for conference matches when anything can happen on any given day? Yeah,
so with the ODAC, I mean, even the field type is very important to the game. So a lot of teams have pretty large fields with turf. Some have grass fields, so we'll practice on the football field if we're playing an away game on turf. If not, we'll just play on the regular practice field with grass. So first home ODAC game is next Wednesday against Hampton-Sydney. It's probably the biggest game of the season thus far, so we're really hoping to get out there and get a win for the Generals.
The news became official this week that Rolf Peranian is retiring at the end of this season after 38 years at the helm of the program. How do you and your teammates feel about being involved in his final campaign?
At the beginning of the season, we had a team meeting, and we were asked to choose 1 word to describe what we wanted for the season, what we wanted for the team, and we all decided that family was going to be that word. And so we really think that this year our team is a family. It's going to be a very special team, and going forward, we're hoping to have a very special year. We're undefeated thus far, and we're hoping to continue that throughout the ODACs. And not only is the team very prepared for this final season with Rolf, but I think the fans are too. They're getting out there, getting at it early on. Fans like Larry, Brian Kuzkos, they're getting out there heckling on the other team and really kind of helping us strive on in the home games.
Al, thanks for joining us here. Good luck throughout the season.
Thanks for having me.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. Volleyball will play host to 3 matches at the Warner Center, starting with a showdown against ODAC rival Randolph-Macon on Friday evening. The Generals continue play on Saturday with another big conference match against Virginia Wesleyan, followed by a non-league contest against Averett. Also on Saturday, field hockey travels to 9th-ranked Christopher Newport, while women's soccer opens up conference play at Eastern Mennonite, and men's soccer travels to Ferrum. And the tennis and golf teams will begin the fall portion of their schedules. Men's and women's tennis head to Fredericksburg for the Mary Washington Kickoff Classic. Women's golf will compete in the Dickinson Invitational, and men's golf travels to Bridgewater for the Tom Kinder Memorial Tournament. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.